In 2020, we started building our own low-carbon home. It was really important to us as a family to think about how much energy we were using, and particularly thinking about the energy efficiency. So one of the things we included was this air source heat pump, which exchanges heat from the outside air and puts it into the water flowing through our underfloor heating system. Here we also have an electric vehicle charging point for our electric car. And we also included solar panels on the roof. We've got a 10 kilowatt array, and we also have a battery to store the electricity that we don't use through the day. And we've also installed triple glazed windows to again help with heat within the home, but also to protect us from solar gain as much as we can. And then outside, the facade of the building, we've used local stone from a farm building that was being taken down. And you only have to look at the recent heat waves to understand why sustainability is so important.
Nearly 40% of global carbon emissions come from the built environment. So, if we are to limit warming to around 1.5 degrees Celsius, we need a collective rethink over how buildings are designed, built and used.
Sustainability for me is far more important than just what I'm doing at home. It's part of my working world too, which is why today we've come to Croydon, London to see one of our projects, Ruskin Square. And this 10-storey office building is a pioneering project. Reducing carbon for the built environment involves two dimensions. Firstly, the carbon associated with actually the design, construction of the building itself, the embodied carbon. And secondly, the operational carbon. So that involved with everyday activities of heating, lighting, ventilation and cooling. Here at Ruskin Square, we're building 6 office buildings, just like this one, some residential and lots of open public space. We've also got a box park, a shipping container cafe and event space, which is really popular with the community and the local occupiers.
Using a derelict site creates the opportunity to develop for net zero from the start, something tenants are valuing more and more.
With a new build, you have the opportunity to build with sustainable aims in mind, but there is a challenge with that, and this is known as the energy performance gap. This is when the design efficiency is not met by the operational efficiency when the building's actually constructed and let.
2 Ruskin Square is one of the first developments in the UK to implement a new approach to office design and delivery as a way to try to close the energy performance gap. But the challenges don't end there.
It's not carbon efficient to knock all the buildings down and start again. We don't have the resources for that. So we really need to address carbon in our existing building stock. And as you might imagine, this involves lots of renovations and new technologies. We also really need a clearer definition of what a net zero carbon building is. And we really need this quickly. There's a long way to go, but the real estate industry is working really hard at this.